TNA wrestling confuses me, and I want to believe in this TNA. I want to believe in total nonstop action. I think competition is good. WCW drove WWE to the brink. WWE had to change their whole atmosphere. Hell, so did ECW. ECW kind of put WWE on notice to get more edgier. People say WCW was doing more adult programming. No, ECW is doing the adult programming, not WCW. WCW had the stars, and it looked like the better product with the pyro and the arenas and everything. WCW looked like the better product. ECW was more edgier. WWE then started going to the Georgia Dome with 40,000 on Raw and started to get edgier. But competition's good. TNA wrestling, I would not be surprised if this is not here for much longer. I'm not saying in a year or two, but in 5 years, I don't think we'll see TNA. Because what else can this company do? When you get Kurt Angle, when you signed Kurt Angle back in 2006, and he was the hottest free agent in pro wrestling, and you still don't gain any traction, and you're still getting a 1-5, and you're not doing pay-per-views, and you're losing money, and you're still in dimly lit arenas, I don't get how TNA could screw this up. But as much as we bash WWE and their creative team, TNA has had so much potential to, in my opinion, thump WWE and go over their heads and beat them in ratings and beat them in pay-per-view buy rates and beat them in attendance. This is the problem. Kurt Angle, they have not used correctly. RVD, they did not use correctly. Mr. Anderson, formerly Mr. Kennedy in WWE, are not using him correctly. They've had all these guys that they've brought in from the WWE. Christian Cage was the one guy that I thought they were using correctly. Only problem with Christian is he got cold feet and didn't want to be a big fish in a small pond, and he went back to WWE. Don't know why he did that, but hell, TNA did get Christian right. All these other guys, I mean, how do you get Kurt Angle in your company and not gain any traction or nothing? I just don't get it. You want to talk about a creative team that's bad? Look at TNA. TNA is the reason they have botched so much stuff. Hell, in 06, 07, you tell me that the TNA has Kurt Angle, they got Jeff Hardy. I'm sorry, in 2010, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, Mr. Anderson, RVD, Matt Hardy, all these guys, AJ Styles, and you're telling me that you're still pulling barely a 1 in the ratings? It's not that nobody wants to see these guys. It's that TNA, A, does not get their name out there at all. They don't promote themselves at all. 2, they brought in guys like Hulk Hogan who killed it. Hulk Hogan's going on radio shows when he's in TNA, not even bringing up TNA. He's talking about Hogan knows best and not even TNA wrestling. And their creative team sucks. They write horrible storylines. They rip WWE off. Now, I'm not saying WWE doesn't rip them off, because WWE rips TNA off also. But TNA just doesn't know what they're doing creative-wise, man. And with that talent that they've had over the years and not be able to do anything, and they're still not gaining any ground on WWE, I mean, it's not like they've been around for 5 years. We're going 13 years this June. I don't know. But TNA, the biggest mystery to me is them having Kurt Angle and not doing anything with that. And yeah, you can say Kurt Angle's won a couple of championships. Kurt Angle was the guy. He was one of the key parts in the Attitude Era. How are you not gaining any ground with this man on your roster? I tell you why. Creative. Instead of wasting him with the main event mafia with guys like Nash and Steiner, who no one wanted to see, Kurt Angle should have been there, doing something else. Hell, they screwed up with Booker T too. They've had so many superstars that they just dropped the ball with. WWE has done that too with younger guys. TNA got guys in that were in their prime or just ending their prime that they could have used really good. And they screwed it up. Right here. The days of TNA on Fox Sports Net, those were the good old days. Because you know what? They may have not had the big superstars back then. Yeah, they had DDP and Sting and Raven and whatnot. But they focused on wrestling, and their storylines were not terrible. The creative knew what they were doing. There was a nice little flow. You don't get that anymore from TNA. You think WWE writing is dumb? TNA takes the cake.